For me, it's pretty good. It's Monday. It's Valentine's Day for everyone. Happy
right?
Valentine's Day to everyone.
Happy Valentine's Day to everyone, of course.
Hello, Jen
And
the boss. Hey, fam.
Maxie, we get
I
the
never do
topic for you.
live, so I'm just kind of like never knowing what to do, to be honest.
For real?
It's too technical for me. Yeah, it's too much. Like I can't do it sometimes. Live is just like it's too much.
Yeah,
I
no,
like
they
editing.
changed a lot of the features. So and it keeps upgrading, but it's like us in human. We got to upgrade and change, right?
Yeah, all day. We always have to.
So,
You have to always pivot.
how was your weekend though? You got a lot of people coming here. I see.
Man, my weekend it's good. I watched the Super Bowl, a little bit of it. How'd you feel about it?
It was good. It was good. The team I needed to win won. So I was kind of
Okay.
sad when Odell Beckham Jr. went out because I know how bad. But everything worked out for him in the end. So and I'm happy he got the first touchdown. So
Yeah, he did. It was nice, and he's having a baby, I guess, right? Anytime
yes.
soon. So that's nice.
So a lot of things is happening for him. I could only imagine him being on the sidelines. But it was great to see the atmosphere. The performance is what I love the most, though.
Yeah.
The halftime performance. I think that was one of the best. But I wanna welcome you to Motivation Mondays. You're somebody who I've worked with in the community. We'll get into that when we start the conversation to let everybody know how we got together. But this platform is about educating people on understanding self, purpose, passion, and financing. So first, introduce yourself to the people, who you are, what you do, and then we'll get right into the conversation.
Okay. Well, I'm Tiffany Ford. It's so hard to introduce myself sometimes, but I'm definitely someone who's all about my community. I've done a lot. I'm a serial entrepreneur. And I just care. I'm just passionate about, just living and also motivating and also just self-empowerment. So,
Great. You're a
and
woman that wears a lot of hats.
yeah, that's what it is. So it's really hard for me to explain what I do every day because I'm just constantly doing stuff.
And first of all, we want to congratulate you on your award that you just received. We know Toronto, they announced the Bob Marley Day, and you were one of the recipients. So talk to us about that, what that award was about, how they got in contact with you, and how that was able to play a part.
Yeah, so it was awesome. It was awesome to receive it. Was really not expecting that. It's all about leadership. Bob Marley's, a man who in his music, he was talking about a lot of things. Most importantly, he was talking about, rising up, standing up for yourself, standing up for the people, empowering yourself. And he's world renowned. Everyone listens to Bob Marley. So
Get up,
to
stand up,
receive that,
stand up for your
exactly, right?
rights.
It's just empowering word. So to receive that award was awesome. To get it alongside of Deborah Cox is pretty amazing.
Yeah, that lineup was a lineup of some greats.
Yeah, I was just like, wow, that's amazing. Too bad it's COVID, right?
I was about to ask, how was that whole process? Was it virtual? Was it?
Yeah, it was virtual. We actually put in our our thank yous first, and then it was online on YouTube. The mayor was part of it because it's a city of Toronto proclaimed day. So yeah, it was really dope, and I definitely appreciate it. Yeah.
Shout out to the mayor and the city of Toronto staff too. We got something brewing in the background as well too. So Cindy, all those people are great people from the front office. And honestly, he announced today that things are going to be getting back to kind of normal on March 1st. So I'm kind of happy we'll be able to be back in person.
It wasn't him. It was Doug Ford. That's a different guy. It was Doug Ford, our premier. So, yeah, things are opening up for sure. Elections time is coming around, so things have to open up.
As long as the city officials and stuff are doing what they got to do, it's been a rough and up and down 2 years. But how's it been for you? How was it at the beginning of this pandemic and transitioning into? Yeah, congratulations. Just give her flowers right now. But how's it been transitioning with everything with this pandemic and where everything's been going?
Yeah, I mean, the start was rough. It was rough. So for me, I know we're talking about finances today too. So one of the things that I did 2 years ago, I was in a really rough spot, business wise, still in school, paying for that, doing my MBA. So I was in a really, really rough spot, and I started investing to be honest. I was one of those people that started 2 years ago with like just simple, like Wealth Simple, and just like started to really focus on what was going on with the market, and just focusing on, things like that. So what I was doing was looking at the news every day and realizing the news is really related with your stocks, right? So just really focusing on that, and it really helped me. A year after, I was able to take out some money, and I was in a healthy position to help my business and help myself.
Great. Now I want everybody to know when we have these lives, I encourage everybody to get a notepad and a pen to take down these notes. You're dropping some gems right now, and so please make sure you guys write in everything down. We're also live on YouTube right now, so to the people on IG, you can check us out on our YouTube live. I want to say hello to all of our people on our YouTube live stream right now, and we'll be able to see the conversation later. But just to let everybody know, just in case they're at work or at home and they want to watch it on their smart TV or however possible, and this episode will be available to everybody on streaming platforms after. There's one thing that I loved about what you said. You said you didn't know too much about stocks. Was it a friend who told you to download Wealth Simple? Was it some of the commercial, or was it an ad?
I saw that, I've been looking at stocks before, but I mean, I didn't have a way to use the bank or anything like that. I didn't know nothing about that, but I saw the opportunity because Wealth Simple is pretty simple. Everyone can download the app. You attach it to your bank account. And so for me, I felt like I constantly knew what was happening geopolitically around the world, and looking at, the news and seeing what Trump says and whatever back then. And I can see the correlations with the stock market and also what was happening in the news. So for me, because I constantly watch the news anyways, I felt like I had an idea as to what was going on. Like, for instance, I'm into crypto too now, right? But, looking at what's going on in the world right now with Ukraine and the US and stuff, things are about to pop up, like probably this week. So you got to think ahead and think about what's happening and decide how you're going to move and what position.
Nice. Now, is there any advice you'd give to, because I love that you said that you'd watch the news. I remember in the beginning of the pandemic, there was a lot of what Trump was saying when it came to the pharmaceutical companies and to which, he was saying was going to back up the United States. As soon as he mentioned that company name, then boom, then you see it rise. So is it a tactic where it's like, because for my friends, they always tell me, for instance, if you wear Nike shoes, that's something you should get. Look in your closet, look in your room. Do you have any little tactics like that? As you were getting into
with that, you would long things, like those are investments long term, and just get the dividends, because that's just, you pocket that, whenever they give out dividends, you get an extra bump, right? So things that you like and enjoy, definitely long those things, and get the dividends out of that, because they could be stable, right? So Nike's going to be stable; it's not going to go anywhere.
Perfect. There's some gems right now. Now, let's get into how me and you even met, because we met through a mutual friend.
Long time. Oh yeah, Jen. So Jen's here.
Yeah, Jen's in here.
Jen, but she's like big time. Jen the boss. She's a real boss.
Jen, she's also an author now too. So she you guys, your family's you guys don't play.
Exactly. So Janelle, she's basically like, to me, like a first kid, because I helped raise her, right? So I'm so proud of her, everything that she's doing, and just very, very proud of her. Shout
Amazing.
out to Jen. There she goes. Okay, Jin. Yeah, I have to call her Jin. That's family nicknames.
So it's so funny how, this is great, because we met because 2014 is when we met. I had recently just literally got out of I was in jail. I got out. Jen was working with Breaking the Cycle. I joined that program, and then you were also running your campaign. And at that time, you were looking for a campaign manager. So you guys brought that to my attention, and I joined, and we won.
Yeah, we won. I still have that picture. It's in my room, but yeah, there's a picture with me, you, and Jen. It was a small group of us, but we killed it. We were running against some crazy folks, and we did well. So yeah, and that was like your first time being a part of politics, and then you started becoming. What was it? What was your?
I was the voice of the party, then the voice of the culture.
Yeah.
The voice of the campaign.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that whole experience as well too. What made you say, this is what I want to do? For those who don't know, you come from the Jane and Finch community. So was it like, how did that come to, to your calling? Like, okay, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, for me, it was more about, being in the schools, going to Westview, and realizing, like, playing basketball and then going to other schools and seeing the difference, like just going to Bathurst and seeing the difference, like how they were maintaining the schools and whatnot. So I decided to run on a whim and just really put all my effort out there. And then, we won. So that was great. But that was really it. It was nothing about politics. I didn't even realize it was so political, to be honest with you. I just wanted to be someone who helped make changes in the schools, but not realizing it was all about politics. So I just got in just like that and realized the game and started running with it. That's just in my lifetime though. Like with my life, everything is just kind of like, getting hands-on experience. No one's really teaching me anything. I have to learn for myself, really.
Now, what was it like being from the Jane and Finch community and realizing you had a voice and activating that voice? Because I feel like a lot of people come from certain communities that want to do so much, but they may fear certain things. They don't have the courage, the boldness. But I'm telling you, since I met you, you've always been like, boom, hands-on. You're courageous. You just know how to do everything. But I know that, not everybody's like that. So how did you become like that?
How do I come? I can't even. I don't know. It's just a drive. Like for instance,
the drive
about Finch, right? So I run, connections. Connections is falling apart. It's about to be demolished. I have this project that's coming out, in March, all about connections, and I'll be sharing it soon. But it's kind of like a memorial project. So I mean, for me, the drive is just being born and bred. Being resilient through a bunch of stuff, navigating things, it's not easy. You're from the Rex, you understand that. So it's not easy. So you have no choice but to sort of be impactful, or your life is just like, it's either, there's two different people, right? There's either people are just like here, or there's people that are just like, yeah, I'm going for it. It's like you die trying. Like, that's just what it is, right? Like there's nothing else you can do. But that's my personality. It's not everyone else's personality. So
now there's one thing that I love that you talked about. When you got into it, you didn't understand how much politics were behind it. And that can be discouraging. Like sometimes you have a goal, sometimes you have a plan, and you're in it for the right reason, and then there's factors around you that can cause you off track. It could be how people deal with you, dealing with other people who aren't like you. How is it like dealing with people who don't have the same agenda, same mindset when you're trying to bring something to the table?
Yeah, that's a good point. But I mean, I think that's something I'm used to because, again, when you're from like a marginalized community, there's stigma attached to you anyways, right? So like,
I love that.
Like when my first job is at Burger King, okay? I didn't even go to the Burger King like on Western Road. I was at Burger King at Sick Kids Hospital. Like I actually took myself downtown like every day after school and went to Sick Kids, and it opened up a mindset for me because I know a lot of kids like a lot of kids don't like to leave the area because it's comforting, right? Even Ginger, I used to bring her out all the time, like in different places, because you can't just like your world can't just be this. The world's a much bigger place, right? So
100%.
So because of that, I knew how to navigate anyways, like because I just felt like the stigma anyway. So you have no choice but to speak up and do what you need to do. So
100%.
I think it's just the experience. Yeah.
I love that. Someone said, is that Tiffany Ford? Yes, the great Tiffany Ford. I feel like your name holds so much weight, and I can't wait to dig in. But shout out to our supporters. Once again, we're live on YouTube live right now, so you can check us out. The link is in our bio if you'd like to join us. And, one thing I love that you talked about is traveling outside of where you're used to. And people don't understand how important that is. Like it opens up your mind and it makes you meet people. Networking is key, and it makes you just see that there's more outside of your bubble or what you're used to. And I feel like that's so important.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Even traveling by yourself, like that's something I'm used to doing. Like
a lot of people I've been on Twitter, and I've been seeing memes. I don't know how people can travel by themselves. Then you see the other people like, what are you talking about? I could just get up and go by myself.
Yeah, like, it's easy. Like for me, it's easy. It's also, you can easily, you're like, honestly, the world is like, no one bothers. I've been to countries where I don't even speak the language, right? By myself as a Black woman. But nobody really bothers you for some reason. When you're with folks, they know you're tourists. But when you're by yourself, they kind of just think you're like from a place or whatever, right? So I've been in different situations where I just booked a flight to Montego Bay to Jamaica. A really nice luxurious Airbnb for my birthday by myself. I might have a friend that will come and hang out with me, but I can't wait. I can't wait for folks to join me. I can't wait to find a schedule that we can all I just can't. I'm not good with compromising per se, but I just like to go and do what I want. Or time goes by. That's how I see it.
Okay, and it being Valentine's Day, I know it's very important that we talked about that. In this, you got to learn to love yourself first before you can love anybody.
Yeah, definitely.
Now I want to get into the educator part, because not only, and this is why it's so important to have great relationships and be in contact with people, because now you got into the TDSB as a trustee.
No, I'm not teaching at TDSB.
Pardon me?
I'm not teaching at TDSB.
No, I'm saying before, I'm talking about earlier when you were
a trustee.
Trustee.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get there, don't worry. Because it's so funny, on my resume, that event that we did with TDSB is still one of the top ones, because you got me plugged in over there. But let's talk about how that was. Now that when you won and then you got in.
Oh yeah, I mean, for me, my focus really was just making sure my goals were taken care of, getting them funded adequately, recognizing Black students are their achievement is important, making sure that I focus on expulsion and suspensions, like clearing all those, because there was, for me, super important. So I did what I can do. I did the best that I can. I thought, for me, I think that was probably the best trustee straight up. And it was a great experience. It's a great experience.
Now, what advice would you give to those that are in the education, like people that want to educate people through, it doesn't have to be you working in the school district, school break, or just, you feel like you have the knowledge yourself and you want to give back. What advice? Because I see so many things, and this platform, there's so many people who have great talents, great aspirations, great things that they want to do, but they feel like it's difficult to get into some of these workplaces that they have dreamed of. What advice would we give them?
Right. So I just recently became a professor, in September. And
Professor Tiffany Ford to add to the list.
Yeah. So I work for a college now on Mondays. So I'm teaching today at 1:00. But it was based on my skills. Now that I have an MBA and a master's, I was able to do that. But the key thing is there's a lot of different colleges, independent, kind of skills that colleges and universities or what have you that hire people based on what their skills are. So if you're a video editor, you're the best video editor, you can teach that. You can create your own platform where you're teaching as well, right? As long as you have that skills and knowledge and experience, and you're the best at it in your opinion, and you can teach it, you can make money. So you don't have to be at TDSB. You don't have to be at a school system. You don't have to teach in that way, but you teach the skills that you have, and you can definitely make money off that.
I like that right there. You teach the skills that you have. I actually went out yesterday and 2 people came up to me. So I'm going to start an MC and masterclass. This guy came up to me literally. He's like, yo, why aren't you where's your class? I'm always watching. He's like, yo, I'm always watching your videos to see, but if you had a class. And I was like, oh my goodness, because I was having this talk the other day with somebody on my team and they're like, yo, let's get this into gear. But sometimes when you have a lot on your plate, you're trying to get one thing. Right now, my main focus is literally Motivation Mondays. We have so much stuff going on behind the scenes that I'm trying to get together, but it was so encouraging to hear that from the people. And sometimes that's how the universe works too. Some people will literally come and that's literally God telling you hey, this is your sign. And I look at things. When people tell me things, I'm like, okay, boom. He told me this today. What am I doing? I got to act on it now.
Yeah.
Dookie Dukes, greatness is in the room. Yes, some of Jane and Finch's finest.
Another one from my head. Hey, grew up for a long time. Another hustler, man. Too many people are just so amazing, doing amazing work and just doing it for themselves. Nobody's giving them anything. This is another person for sure.
And I want to talk to, so now it being Black History Month, what does Black History Month mean to you?
Man, Black History Month is every day for me. I mean,
I love that. Repeat that
like
again.
it is what it is. I appreciate the month. I think it's the time for, to take up a lot more space and do what we need to do. So it's great for people to recognize history, but history isn't just, from slavery. It's crazy thing is in university, I had to learn about African history from university. Like I didn't know nothing about it until I got into university. And for me, that empowered me more because it made me realize that like history has been, it's been there and we come from a greatness. I might have that last name Ford, which is white, but it's European, real talks, let's be honest. But I know that like I can't like, what's the word for it? I can't like, just not take advantage of the things that are here. Not take advantage of that. Like I have to be able to strive because too many people passed away for me to be here.
100%.
So like that's how I feel every single day. That's what motivates me, like always.
No, well said, well said. And you are a serial entrepreneur, so I want to get into that conversation. Also, a business coach. I told you this conversation is going to be good because you wear a lot of hats. So let's talk about that journey. Was it something that you've always been doing, or through these different phases of your successful journey is how you're able to get these titles and continue to do these things?
It's a weird journey. Like my first business started when I was 16. I called it like Sassy Enterprises back in the day when I was a kid.
See, I like this. We're gonna get to know. You gotta talk about that.
Yeah. So I remember making business cards and stuff. But I've always been like this business-minded person, and I also deal like with chronic anxiety. So that was one of the reasons why I've never really went for like interviews. And also being from a stigmatized place, I remember going to interviews and people being like, "Oh, where are you from? Like what intersection?" So I'm not gonna lie, be like, whatever. Saying Jane and Finch really came with a stigma, right? So like I was tired of it. So honestly, I just decided, out of university to start my own business. And so back in the day, I started Ford Publicity. I did a lot of work then. Some of the things I've done with, I think even you, MC. So like dealing with like bringing like Iyanya, all these people with Microbell. Like I did all the marketing, communications, and Davido, all these people. It was fun. So doing all kinds of stuff like PR and all these things, and then doing prepared communications with Michael as well. Having those calling cards, call back to Africa, call back to Ghana, Nigeria, having the best rates, Grenada, creating my own Grenada calling card, like the first one in the world. Like I did a lot of stuff. And I had like Smarty Pants water with a business owner. So doing a lot of water, this business now, Ford Global Group. And I have another business starting up in Grenada with a partner.
Wow.
So like, yeah, like, so it's a lot.
It's a lot. I
but
like
that's
that.
just how it is, like on top of doing business coaching now, because I have the experience. So I work for York University for 2 different departments, plus this Georgian college. So
you're like my partner with Max Speaker. You guys wear a lot of hats, do a lot of things, and I don't know. It seems like it's something that Jane and Finch water that keeps you guys going.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So right
we
now
don't
it's
have
11.
a choice, I think.
It's 11:11. So what we do is, we know usually in the world 11:11 people say make a wish. We actually make an affirmation. So I'm gonna share our affirmation for the day, and then we'll break it down. So our affirmation for today is, it's very simple, short, but it has a powerful meaning. To fall in love with yourself is the first secret to happiness. First, and share it with the world.
I like it.
So yeah, what is that? When you hear that, what does that mean to you?
It means once you love yourself first, like nothing else can break you. You can't allow other people to break you. Like you have to love yourself, and then everyone else is just a bonus.
Ooh, I like that. Everybody else is just a bonus. And I seen this post where it says, the one thing about life is we gotta first love ourselves and then love others around us, because we're all here on rented time. We don't know when it's our time to go, and tomorrow's not promised. So that's why I love the end of it where it says, I will love myself and share it to the world.
Yeah. Building a legacy is really important, because that's how people remember you. If you had a messed up legacy and people remember how they feel because of how you interact with them, and it's not that good, you're not going to have a good legacy. People are going to forget you like that. So for me, it's important to have good connections with people and always be honest and good and treat people well. So your legacy is just based on memories and good memories with people.
Well said. Now, I want to know, when do you feel like you found your calling or your purpose? When you're like, you know what, it was this moment that you know what, Tiffany Ford is going to become this person. And you're like, you know what, I finally know exactly what it is I'm going to be doing. Because talking about connecting the dots, and I'm just like, wow, these are all the things I didn't even know. But it makes sense if you started your business from 16. Now I understand why you are the person you are today.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think I still struggle with like trying to find my calling. I know what I really want to do, but it like it won't pay the bills. You know what I mean? So like what I really want to do is there's a lot to it. It's mainly about, making some real tangible changes, not just in Toronto, but around the world. It's too many people like suffering and dealing with so much, right?
100%.
And for me, I care about that. Even when I'm, doing my own thing, I don't put it on, video or like, take a snapshot. It makes me happy to do things for others, right? So that's my kind of happiness and my purpose. I still don't always know what that is. So I'm still struggling with that sometimes, but I'm still doing my thing. I just feel like it'll all come to place, even I don't know when, but it'll come to place.
I'm so happy you said that, because sometimes people feel like, the thing about social media, it looks so beautiful, right? Boom, you go on Tiffany's page, you're going to see business coach, author, educator. You're going to see she just won this award. She's here, she's doing this. And you feel like, for instance, people who grew up with you or went to school, like that everything is fine. But here you are letting us know that, nah, man, you have no idea. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. And I mean, when you talk about that, when you mentioned like, people growing up with, like, it's hard because there's a lot of people that have passed away. Like, that part is still real. Like, now I'm doing this project and I just think about all the people I've lost, like from different tragic situations. And it's just kind of like, we keep running, but when you stop and really think about it, it's all messed up. Like, it's really sad and it's really hurtful to know that you've lost a lot of people on the way based on, just the situation. So yeah, I have to think about that sometimes too, and kind of humbles myself as well.
That's great. I feel like the circumstances that happen to our life it helps us build exactly who we are. And there's rough times, there's sad days, there's ups and downs, but when you're able to humble yourself and realize how blessed we are to still be alive and still be able to do what we do, even through everything we're going through. And then, because I'm seeing all the women in the feed right now who are impressed by you and are so happy for you. And, I didn't bring too much rose. I want to bring you your rose and give you a rose and give you flowers live and direct, because, some people wait till people die to give them their flowers. And I'm so happy my bro JR's in here. We're having this conversation yesterday, but it's like, there's so many great that comes from the community. And of course you have the negative that come with it, but it's beautiful when you can, when you can see it come full circle. I'm pretty sure, like we were talking about you in York University, like you've played so much roles into helping and building your community. And we want to say we're proud of you. We know there's so much more for you to accomplish, and you keep raising the bar. The Bob Molly Award is just a testimony to the great work that you are doing in the community. And everyone do me a favor, put some roses in the chat. I like you see click outs, my guy.
Everyone else too.
Put them in there right now. We're giving them to you right now, live and direct here at Motivation Mondays. And I'm actually happy that today fell on the Love Day, that we can talk about this, because it's so important that we love ourselves and understand that everybody goes through the ups and downs. But what I love is that we all have that same 24 hours. And that's what even me right now, I'm trying to help myself with, because I'm going through so much stuff behind the scenes that nobody knows. But it's like, I'm not the only person that's going through these things. So I can either sit here and complain about it, or I could do something about it and not let it take over me. And what are some of the things when you're feeling a little down that you do to take away stress or to help you get into that mindset to, accomplish the goals?
I take walks for sure.
Amazing.
I took a walk this morning. Listening to music always helps too. But I just recently started like investing in therapy. So like therapy sessions, they cost money, but you know what? Honestly, it's really a good return on investment, like real. So even looking for someone that is, you know, who can resonate with you. Like I have a Black female therapist, and you know, I invest in her like every bi-weekly, and just even be able to talk and vent and hear from you know, hear some of the tools that you can use to kind of like navigate in your life, because we're all kind of just like, not, I can't speak for everybody, but if you keep like keeping things at bay, sometimes it can just blow up in your face. You know what I mean? So
100%.
for me, I decided, you know, I'm grateful as someone who doesn't have a 9 to 5. I've never had a 9 to 5 job in my life. And I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I can say that everything that I have is me, like 100% me, like me thinking and doing and getting things done and executing. So to be able to even invest in something like that is like, it's a blessing. So I'm able to do that on my own, and I'm grateful for that. So I decided to invest in myself.
No, I love that. And you know, the best investment in this world is you invest in yourself. So everything, you know, our whole platform is about you versus you. You know, when you look into that mirror, that's the person you see. That's the person that, you know, you want to be better than you were yesterday. You know, 1% a day can make you stronger and better. So, and I love it. Like they said, yes to therapy. And there's some, you know, what's so funny? Mental health month, even mental health week is coming up first week of March. And people don't know there's so many alleys. Like if you search online, and I'm gonna find some links because I had my one of my bros, Omar Allison, here, and we were talking about there's also free, like there's so much free therapy sessions. Like you just have to search and look for it.
Yeah.
And so I want to ask you about mentorship. Do you have a mentor right now? What do you feel about mentors? And
So
how did you come across yours?
Yeah, so the first time I got a mentor was about 2 years ago, and he's actually the person, and he's an older white man, retired, and he's actually the person who told me to think about my three wants in life, right? I can be as selfish as I want, and so it made me think about like my passion and what I, you know, was sort of my purpose in life. So I mean, the 3 things, I think I forgot what it was, but I know one of the things I said I really wanted in my life in order to be happy was to be able to make some tangible changes for communities that I came from, right? To have an impact in others' lives. It doesn't mean that I'm going to make money off of that, because I don't believe in that stuff, but for me, it makes me happy. So just having the 3 things, and if you don't like, if you're not getting towards those 3 things, like you're not going to necessarily be happy. And those 3 things can change, right? So that was one of the things that he told me. He's still a mentor now, but my mentor didn't look like me. You know, I thought I had to have a mentor that looked like me, or
I love that you're saying this, 100%.
Yeah, but he's an older white dude who really took to me from another job and just like said, you have something in you. I want to help you to where you are. And he's just been a great mentor. So, but mentorship is so important. Like I've never had mentors per se, but I've had people I admire in the community that were doing things, or people in family. So, but yeah, mentorship is important. It really is.
Great.
If you can find that, even reach out to somebody that you feel, sometimes just reaching out, like people just reach out to me sometimes, and you feel grateful and you want to help. So
was it something that you reached out to him? Like, how did you guys cross apart?
No, we didn't reach out. I didn't reach out to him. He was basically the client of my client, and he just saw that I was probably doing, like, you know, I don't want to say that live, but basically he just saw the potential in me and was like, yo, let's, you know, I would love to talk to you. You're doing this. I can see all your talents. So I'd love to mentor you. And I was just like, yeah, okay. And he's been great ever since.
Great. And you know, it reminds me of when we started with Beyond That Risk. You don't even know how that platform helped me so much, because when you guys made, so basically Beyond at Risk, actually explain to them what it is, and then I'll go into.
Beyond at Risk is all about dismantling that, the term at risk. Like people keep calling like folks like myself and Ebo like at risk because, you know, we come from
certain communities
because we're Black, whatever. And it's like, what are you at risk of more than anyone else? Like you're already stigmatizing me with that at risk stuff. So people used to use that term to create programs, to get funding. And it was annoying to me because, you know, there's people that are excelling, you know, like based from our community that don't have programs that are geared to us. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I love basketball. Yeah, I like things like that. But like, I also like business. So like, where's the business programs in the hood? Like, I don't understand that. Like, there wasn't any. So for me, it was about dismantling the program. I know Janelle was part of that too. So, I mean, dismantling the term and saying how it has stigmatized people. And so we had this big basketball tournament at Hoop Dome. You know, it was great. Ebone was hosting it. It was awesome. There's a lot of people that was part of it. It was great. It was great.
Hopefully we can.
Jordans. Like, I can't. Like, where did I get the Jordans from? Was it? Did you bring the Jordans?
I don't remember, but I remember because I have some pictures and videos. So we gotta.
Like, who does that?
Yeah.
We had like a whole bunch of Jordan gear. Like, somebody donated it. And I think even Canada Basketball donated a lot of money. Like Ontario Basketball Association. Yeah, it was great. It was great.
And so I say that to say because that platform gave me, I remember my birthday, you guys gave me a rundown about my situation. And it's so crazy how sometimes you don't realize that bad situations can really help you out. It can be sometimes the best thing. Like I always tell people, that situation was one of the best things to happen to me because I was by myself. When you're in a cell, you're by yourself. Like, and the people who you think are there for you are not really there for you. And then you really understand that, like, I control my life and my narrative. Like, I can go through this bad path, but now that I'm here, it's locked up in my cell. Who's there for me? So why am I doing this? Like, it made no sense for me. But you're able to help me turn a negative situation into a positive, and understanding that by, you know, opening my mindset and realizing that we aren't our current situation. You can always change. It's just like a butterfly. You know, it starts with the cocoon, then there's different phases and different parts of life. And, you know, it's just like we were talking about the Super Bowl, where it's you fight so hard. For those who don't know about what Odell Beckham has gone through, he's gone through so much with all these teams. Everyone thought it was done for him. And then, boom, he gets onto this LA team, this new team. Then, you know, he takes his salary, gets it in Bitcoin. Then we saw them making fun of him about doing Bitcoin dropped. Then boom, him making it to the Super Bowl, he got a pay raise. And then you get to the biggest stage of your life and then you injure yourself. It's like life is literally about ups and downs.
Yeah. That's a good point.
And it's how you bounce back. Can you think of a time where you went through something that you had to bounce back, and like what helped you, you know, overcome that obstacle?
Yeah, I think it was the beginning of COVID. Like, what I decided to do, I wrote down all the things that I wanted, and I for the next year, and I actually got pretty much everything except for one. I forgot what the one was, but I got everything I wanted, and it turned my life around in like 7 months. And I remember that. And so for me, it was just like, and I decided to do that. I never really believed in that manifesting thing. So what I decided to do was read that list like pretty much every day. And I read it every single day. And I invested in like I said, stocks. So I had money towards like the 7 month or whatever. So I can take that and do what I needed to do. And it really helped. So yeah.
Great. And you know, the one thing I like is we don't always got to do what everybody does. Just because you see everybody doing doesn't mean you got to follow the crowd.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's I think that's what pigeonholes people for sure. Like thinking that you have to do it a certain way, but if you're creative, you do it the way that you need to do. Like it's your path.
So how are you a big fan of reading?
It's crazy because I'm more of an audible person. Reading for me, I get distracted.
Well, audiobook or reading physical book, because me too, I'm the same way.
Yeah,
Audiobooks is way better for me.
Books. I'll read the news, but I can't do physical books. It doesn't stick with me like at all. So audibles, I'd rather listen.
Okay, are you, what are you reading right now?
Man, the last thing I was listening to was I think it was it's on my phone. I'm really bad with, but it was something about I think business. I'm on my phone.
Don't worry, we'll get it. I'll ask for it later and put it up in the story so everybody knows. How do you feel audiobooks is better for you than actually reading an actual book? Like, was it something you tried to do? Because me, I tried to actually read and I was like, all right, this is not it. Let me start with the audiobooks. Let me put it in the car. And then I realized it worked for me better. Right. And sometimes I even listen to it in my sleep.
Okay. Yeah, reading is just not for me. I think everyone learns differently and comprehend and remember things in a different way. But like, yeah, reading, unless it's textbooks, like, yeah, but I can't like Audible all the way. Like, I know people have lots of books, and I just skim through it and get what I can from it, but I just can't read it cover to cover. It is what it is.
Well, someone like you with a busy schedule, I could only imagine. So that
Well,
is
apparently I
understandable.
might be ADHD or something. That's why I just heard that the other day. I was like, that makes sense. It makes sense, but yeah, no, I can't do books.
Nice. I want to also use this time. We have a question box, and of course, we have the live stream. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to use the question box. We're here just talking about Black History Month. We're talking about Tiffany Ford, what she's been able to go through, her success, the different hats that she wears, and how she's able to, keep at it and do what she does. Now, I want to get into the Ford Global Group.
Yeah.
To what you're doing, how that started, and how you're able to really take that to the next level and really impact lives and do great things for the community.
Yeah, so Ford Global Group is going very well. I'm so blessed with it. It started in 2019, and I started off doing campaigns, a lot of like eco-friendly, like environmental justice organizations. I worked with one in
Nice.
Philadelphia. I worked with a couple here, and then I started working with the Green Party of Ontario, doing some other things like on the back end, helping them with a climate report, a housing report.
Oh, wow.
And then helping them with stakeholder
Was that
engagement.
the housing report also in Philadelphia as well too, or more Ontario
No, it was
based?
for Ontario. It was for
Okay.
Ontario. Working with 1834 Fellowship that's run by Operation Black Vote Canada. So helping them with their marketing and all that stuff. I've worked with the Green Party of Minnesota. And now, I'm working with the National Aboriginal Council of Midwives.
Oh, wow.
And now I just got a awesome client, which is from the National Aboriginal Council of Midwives, which is the Canadian Midwives Association. So doing stakeholders and government relations. Yeah.
Great.
So everything just kind of like, from someone who started off not knowing anything about politics to being someone who's like so like involved in politics is crazy. That's just how my life was lined up.
I like one of your memos from the Ford Global Group. I saw the post and it's like stand out from the crowd.
Yeah.
And that post just made me, I don't know if you've seen that post where it's like you have one person walking this way and then you have a group of people all walking this way. And the person literally like, I walk the opposite. I don't go to follow the crowd. I walk. And I feel like that's so important in anybody's journey because we're all different. We're all unique individuals.
Yeah, exactly. And like, even when you're looking for, like, I never knew nothing about like, what do you call it? RFPs, like, fighting for bids and stuff like that. That's just so recent. But even with this client now telling me, we're not going with a huge government relations firm in Ottawa. We're going with you because you seem to resonate and you understand the issues. Like, when you really think about it, like, as a Black woman compared to, like, really white men who are running the show in Ottawa and stuff like that, there's a difference between you and I. So they may understand the issues, but do they really understand the issues? So it's giving more value to the client rather than just going the same route and getting the big bucks. Maybe I get less money or who knows, whatever. Right? The point is, like, they decided to take a chance on me, which has always propelled the business. Like, people are taking chances on me, and it's propelled. As long as I execute well, and I do everything to the best of my ability, it's an opportunity to take that chance, and then someone sees it and then move forward. So, like, even one of my other clients, maybe they're on here now. It's like Reason One, and Reason One is a digital marketing company, and they do marketing communication. So it's like they actually hire me to do marketing.
What they're doing.
So like, I appreciate that too. So, and this is my second year working with them. So yeah, there's a lot going on, and I mean, I do a lot of this stuff myself. I have some people that help me for sure, but yeah, just as long as you're passionate about your work and your focus and you have your end goal, and you work hard, like, this is not a 9 to 5. It's like it's all day. it is what it is. So.
And that's what a lot of people understand. We were talking about, me and Max were talking about it a couple of weeks ago in the episode, where it's like it was a TikTok that's like, I basically, the person quit, they hated their 9 to 5, so they decided to work for themselves, and now they realize they work 24/7.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Literally. And so how important is teamwork to you?
Teamwork's important because I mean, it's like it's a tree. One branch is broken, like you know, it can actually infect the entire tree. Like if one root is you know, messed up, you can infect the entire tree. So teamwork is important, but you also need to know when to cut things off, like because you don't want to infect the entire tree. You don't want to mess up your entire, like, you know, business. So teamwork is important, as long as everyone's aligned, and most importantly, you have to be transparent to make sure everyone's aligned and what the work is and what the goal is. Because if you're just being the boss up here, it doesn't make any sense, because everyone is not going to feel, you know, valued, or they're not going to feel like, you know, they are really part of this company. So or whatever. So yeah, you definitely have to be transparent, and leadership really is about being transparent and being honest.
I feel like you've always known how to pick the right teams based on the results that you've been able to brew out in your career right now. And but I know it's never easy.
No, it's not easy. It's not easy, and a lot of it, real talks, I do myself too. But yeah, when you have the right teammates and they work well, you do what you can to appreciate them and value them and give them what they deserve. Like you can't cheapskate anybody.
Now I want to get into where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
That's a good question. Honestly, base is going to be here. Well, Toronto for sure. I'm hoping to be a little bit more global. That's why I'm working on another business based in Grenada, the island of Grenada. And yeah, hopefully we focus on other places in the Caribbean as well. But
it's
yeah,
gonna happen.
I kind of feel like I have to be. Like, I was born and raised here, and you know, and it's great. It's a great city. It's a great country, and I love this place. But yeah, like I said, you can't be comfortable. You have to reach out. Just like I reached out from my hood, I had to expand. And you know, being comfortable sometimes it limits you, right? You should know, because you're like traveling the world, you go to Ghana, whatever. When things dry up here and you master this place in the way that you can, I mean, there's still more places that you haven't mastered. So yeah, you can't just pigeonhole yourself. You can't.
Can we talk about what you got going on in Grenada, what you're about to be doing?
No problem.
Okay, perfect.
It's fine. So basically, it's kind of like, it's like a property management company. So it's also like, yeah. So basically, in Grenada, if anyone's Grenadian, basically, it's hard. It's hard to do your taxes. It's hard to do land taxes. It's hard to do a lot of things because things are slow, you know, and anyone should know in different countries, like things can be slow. So now that I have a partner that is living there, residing there,
nice,
and is a go-getter like myself, I've worked with them for 4 years. We decided to start this business. And so we've already dominated the Grenadian space in terms of like me having my calling card for Grenada. Like I had the Grenadian market locked down already in the diaspora. So it's all I needed to do something else in Grenada. And already, like, my mom would be, you know, a consumer, like, you know, family members, whatever, because that's what people need. It's something they've needed. And we just have to make it happen and just dominate that space. And I think it's going to happen.
Great. And you know, I love that you talk about it, because I always encourage everybody, the whole point of doing what we do best is to start local and go global.
Yeah.
Like, and everyone can do it. Like, I remember the days when, like, think about it. When I met you 2014, I wasn't even allowed to go to the States.
Oh, shoot.
I wasn't even allowed. Like, it took me 2 years till my case was dropped. And then, you know, but sometimes that can discourage people. And I remember, like, I had my vision board. Shout out to Jen. If Jen's still in here, oh my goodness. I made, so 2014, I made my first vision board. And it's crazy. She knows, because I had put Barack Obama on there, because I made a song when I was, I don't know if it's a thing about us. I know I'm not the only one, but when you're in that cell, you don't have that much time. So I was like, all right, let me try this rapping thing. I might as well put some bars together. And then I made a song about Barack Obama. I want to do a big Barack Obama. And then I came out, Jen, I did the vision board. And it's so crazy. 7 years after that, I was hosting the conversation with Barack Obama. And sometimes with manifestation and vision boards, like, that's not what I expected. I want to be big like him and work alongside him. And it really happened. And sometimes things may not happen in a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year. That was something that took 7 years. But when that happened, I was like, okay, this is my calling. I know exactly what I'm going to do. And then as the years went by, that's how me and Max caught up, because my finances wasn't straight and I didn't like what was going on in my life. So I was like, you know what? Max would always post on Snap great quotes. And I'm like, yo, let me ask him like how I can fix my life, you know? And I feel like sometimes you can't be afraid to ask those questions.
Yeah.
And, you know, now I'm sitting here, my credit score is 700 plus, and I was at 580. Yeah, like, these are things I could talk about now. You know, I have my different credit card companies always trying to, okay, upgrade this card. And I sit back and, you know, we have so many investment plays that I'm doing with my brother behind the scene. And it's like, damn, you know, everything can change. Like, literally everything can change. You don't got to be, whatever situation you're in, with the right help, right direction, everything can change.
Yeah.
So I know you're going to dominate the global space, and you're already doing so.
Yeah. I'm very focused. So yeah, for sure.
Perseverance. Yes, 100%. And that's great, man. That's awesome, because we just came back from Ghana, Max and myself, and there's so much. He's building houses out there. He's like, it's there's so many great things happening around the world. And sometimes people feel like they can't do it. Yes, you can. yes, you can. I remember Obama had his campaign. Yes, but yes, you can.
Yeah. Ghana's I went to Ghana like in 2006 for 2 weeks, and it was a life-changing moment. Like, just touching down was a big deal for me. So shout outs to Ghana, because Ghana really opened up my eyes to a lot of things too.
Sure. I love that Lee said your transparency is your vehicle, friends.
Yeah. You gotta be transparent and honest. Like,
you guys are great motivators. Yeah, I mean, Tiffany, I can't thank you so much, because you don't understand. Literally, when 2014, I came out, I remember it was like parties. And then because we were on doing the campaign, I was like, I can't really do the party things. So that's kind of where the beginning of the Voice of the Culture, because I had to watch when we won. I was like, oh my goodness, here we are in the TDSB office. We've just got sworn in. I got to move different. And then luckily,
you did like that. You did the awards thing that I had.
Yes.
With Jill Andrew, who's the MPP now. So that's crazy. You guys are co-hosting together.
It's crazy. I got to reconnect on that, but it helped so much, because I remember right after that I had met Drake, and it was like sometimes everything happens full circle. It's like a like domino effect.
Yeah.
When you're doing good, so I always encourage people, you know, like, count your wins. You know, we all go through losses. We're all going to take L's, but it's those small wins. Celebrate them, small, big, medium. It doesn't matter, but that's what will keep you going. Because trust me, people have no idea. People ask me, how do you do it? I have so many bad days. I have down days. I have days where I'm like, oh my goodness, where's it going to go? And I've done so much, like my resume, and you think like, nope, I'm still going to, because now, like I was talking about it, here I am thinking about Motivation Mondays, Voice of the Culture. And then yesterday I meet somebody and he's like, where's your masterclass? I want you to teach me how to MC. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is something else. But I reached out to my team and I'm like, hey guys, this was brought up to me, but they've been telling me this. So that was like, okay, my wake up call. You guys been saying it. Now it's time to focus on and get on it. And next week we have a special guest, Lick My Fashion, who is he's awesome at, like, he's in Atlanta right now doing a masterclass for reels.
Wow, really?
Yeah, they're flying him out on it. So I can't wait to have him here to run some breakdowns of how he's been able to do that. But
that's crazy. I just remember him doing his thing on social media, and I was that's awesome.
Yeah, he's killing the game right now. But you know, we have to come with some great special guests for this month just to highlight. And you know, we're gonna celebrate you guys. Next month is also International Women's Month too. So we're gonna be stopping and giving the flowers nonstop. And you know, for all the great work that you guys are continuing to do. Now, I want you to do me this favor. If there's a message that you could give to your younger self, what would it be?
I mean, the message.
I have to pull that one out of the hat.
Crazy. The message I would give myself is that, you know, things get better just
Mm.
keep striving and, focus on yourself, and like, don't worry about, what other people are doing. Don't worry about, what's happening. Just, if you have a vision, to stick with it. And yeah, just things get better. Like, just keep focused. Just keep focused. And most importantly, empower yourself and believe in yourself, because really,
Whew.
I mean, there's no one else that you can, like, you can't rely on anyone, to be honest. Like,
Nope.
we came in this world by ourselves, and you really just have yourself to get through anything. Like, it's your life. Like, just focus on it. So don't worry about nobody, and just focus on yourself.
Wow,
Thank
what's it?
you.
You would have thought that was scripted. That was
That's
excellent. No, that
scripted.
was excellent. And I feel like sometimes it's good because, like for myself, I was reading this book and it's like, be the person you wish you would have had when you were younger, your younger self had. So that's what I keep in the back of my mind when I'm thinking about, because I was talking to it was my boy's birthday yesterday in Nana V, and I was telling him, I'm like, yo, it's crazy. We're in our 30s now. And I don't remember in my 20s thinking about being 30. But
Right.
I'm definitely thinking about, now that I'm 30, what I want for 40s, and
Right.
understanding what's going to come with it. And, I was so late, like with a lot of things, real estate, investing, like it was, and I was
You're
making so
not
much,
late, man. Come on. Some of us are still, I'm older than you, and some of us haven't even, looked into any of that stuff. So I feel you. But
and it's
you're
never too
where you
late.
are. Yeah.
It's never too late.
Never too
You
late.
hear so much great people that have been able to do a lot of great things at different age groups in their 40s, 50s. Like, it's crazy. So, your time is coming if you believe. It's all about, keeping yourself uplifted during bad times through the good times, and tuning into episodes like this, different podcasts. And I encourage everyone to follow Tiffany. Please take in what she's doing for the community. Trust me, when you won that Bob Marley award, I was so happy because we were talking already about doing this show, and I'm just like, this is perfect. Like, I love that you're getting your flowers. And it was something that was new to the city that they announced this day, so it was just awesome to see that you're part of
Really,
this new
it's
beginning, the
been 30
change that they're
years.
trying to do.
It's been 30 years, but, I guess the people are behind it now. It's just really promoting it, which is good. So, yeah.
Great. Now, I know, you've given me your time. I don't want to take too much about it from you. And I know you have a class going on at 1:00. So I know you got to prepare, but I want to thank you for joining us and sharing, these gems, and just talking about your journey and what you've been through to get to where you are today. Is there any last words or messages you want to give out to the people?
I mean, the last words I want to say is, first of all, thank you. But most importantly, like, big up yourself, Ebone, because you've been, like, I watch you from, like you said, from 2014 onwards. Like, you're just moving in a way where it's like, I think everyone can admire it from afar, and just like really believe in the things that you're doing. Like, you're taking this space, like MC, and you're taking it from a totally different level. And most importantly, like, you're inspiring a lot of people. So you inspire me too. So I appreciate you
Vice
taking
versa,
time
no.
to work with me, do the things you've done with me in the past, and also like bring me on the show here. I appreciate it. I hope it moves on to,
Yeah,
another
we're locked in. We're locked in for life. So don't
yeah,
worry.
for
And
real. I appreciate it. And shout out to everyone else that's on here. Some great, like, incredible people. Like, Velma is on here. She's amazing. She's the chair of Operation Black Vote. And
oh, wow.
Janelle, all kinds of people. Like, yeah, definitely appreciate everyone's, support.
No problem. And yeah, Max Speaker's here in the studio as well too. He's behind the scene making sure everything is good. But I know I want to do something big because he's gonna come in and pop in quick. I want to do, you guys are from the Jane and Finch community, and you guys are both amazing individuals, male, female, that are repping it. And I think I just got an idea in my head. So I'm gonna work on that. I think I know exactly what I want to take it, because it's great. What I love about what we're doing, like, literally, this platform started because I needed help. Right. I asked him, just like I asked you, and you were willing. He was willing to sit down with me, and we went over some things. I was able to do some of the things he said, and here we are years later. And it's been, we're about to be 2 years, and it hasn't been like I'm remembering the beginning of when we started this during the pandemic, and here we are 2 years later, and we're still in this. Hopefully, everything ends. These mandates that they're talking about are going to get out the window, but we're still here. But as we're going through these things, and I'm seeing a lot of hate. Hello to you guys too. But as we're going through the 2 years coming up, I'm learning and I'm growing. and I'm seeing even where I could take ownership to some of my my wrongs, and how to, you know, be a better team player, and just making everything come together full circle. Because nothing is easy. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
But I appreciate the support, and I wish you the best. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Happy Monday. And, you know, see you guys. If you're just joining us, you can watch this on our YouTube page. It'll be up on YouTube. It'll be available on streaming platforms as well. Amazon, Google Play, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of those great things. You can search Motivation Mondays live. It's what me and my brother Max, a speaker, do. Shout out to my brother Dr. Ken as well too. He just celebrated his birthday. He just joined us, so he'll have to tune in later. But yes, have a great day, Tiffany. Love you. Thank you so much, and I wish you the best.
All right. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Everyone.
Take care.
All right. Cheers. Bye.